Hi, I'm Leif Pedersen, and I write about Tuscany for Lonely Planet. Tuscany is in the northwest quadrant of Italy on the west coast. Tuscany is a non-stop series of picturesque hilltop towns. They're fortified and they're beautiful, and they look exactly the same now as they did hundreds of years ago. You find a lot more English speakers in Tuscany. It's a lot more visitor friendly. So if you are just one of the people that has landed in Italy, you'll probably get by just fine. You can't go to Tuscany without visiting Florence and Siena specifically. Florence is busy and crowded and scooters are racing by, but at the same time you just walk along the street and you see things that you are never going to see in any other country as far as art, architecture, and aesthetics. While Florence has the Renaissance, Siena hit the stop button on Gothic. The arts and things to look at in Siena are just overwhelming, and once again you can walk a full day and never pay a single euro to enter a museum and still be absolutely enthralled. The smaller hilltop towns that I think really stand out, one of them in particular is Cortona. It's all built in stone. The angles of the streets like twisting off straight up, it's just ridiculous. Another city which really defines Tuscany is called San Gimignano. You just have to put yourself in the place of a traveler approaching and seeing impossibly tall towers. It was like a medieval Manhattan. And unfortunately, San Gimignano suffers. I'm trying to condense hordes of tourists into a single word. The sheer number of wines available, every little tiny hectare of land has got its own brand of wine, and the variety of food. Unfortunately, it would take us hours, maybe even days, to go through. My perfect day in Florence, after you've had your pastry and cappuccino on the run, your first stop very early in the morning should be the Uffizi Art Gallery. They have the greatest collection of Italian Renaissance art in the world. You can effectively fill an entire afternoon at the Duomo. Now, once you enter the Duomo, it gets kind of boring, but the inside of the dome has been completely covered in murals. And this is the type of thing where you can stand there and stare at it intently for hours. Climb the stairs to the top of the Duomo. I would budget at least a half an hour just for standing outside and looking at the view alone. It's an absolutely unforgettable place. The collision of art and architecture and history and natural beauty is unrivaled in any other place I've seen around the world. You can look in any direction, no matter where you are, and put it in a calendar.